I know people often begin these things with the positives and then work up to the negatives, but I want to get some stuff out in the open and then get to the good stuff. Bannerlord was one of the most anticipated games ever before March 2020, with a cult-like following from its previous Mount & Blade titles. Anticipation grew with the showcases and trailers, Q&As, and some gameplay demos. However, what we got was just another early access game, with most of it missing, broken, unbalanced, and to some extent unplayable. Don't get me wrong, my Mount & Blade receptors in my brain had multiple orgasms, but the rest of it was just asking why. In nearly 3 years, the game's development progressed at a decent pace, but often it felt without direction, without a vision on what the game would actually be. And worse, instead of looking at the community for this vision, or maybe some of the most popular mods being downloaded were actually to fix the game and add crucial missing features, what actually came out of the development pipeline were unfinished, broken, and unnecessarily new mechanics. The skill system was reworked countless times, and it's still unbalanced and broken in many ways. The battle terrain system gave the AI such a bad time, it's often like fighting against a child in ice cream soiled clothes. The battle start system is an insult to anyone wanting to manage more than just groups of generalized soldiers. What? You want to manage units of a single unit type? You imbecile! You dumb boy! You cannot do this! Ha ha ha! The hideout boss fight is uninspired to say the least, much like hideouts themselves that are basically reskinned copies from 12 years ago. Diplomacy options are missing, the recruitment and garrison systems are laughable, tournaments are bland, there are no real quests or lordship relationships, the main campaign mode is just a very large tutorial, your desire to interact with the world is often met with nope, nothing to see here, this one really takes off my balls because it's supposed to be a freaking RPG, isn't it? Then they drop features from previous games like feasts, war marshals, companion disputes, party formation system, this one really angered me, and the right to rule system, some being replaced with other systems that really shouldn't have been. There are many other things in the game they still don't get right, even after official release. Sieges are broken, campaign AI are nonsensical, lord relationships are hysterical, just to name a few more. As a new player, you will often go, but why can't I do this? This makes no sense. Why is it this way? And the general answer is because... After all of this, you must be wondering, okay, what about the good stuff? Well, let's get to it then. Bannerlord is an expansive world with many factions fighting for supremacy, and you're put on this universe of Calradia to make your mark. There are many alternatives to gameplay, playstyle, characters, and their futures you can write for yourself. Want to be a mercenary? Go for it. A trade mogul? Be my guest. How about a champion and fight in the most prestigious tournaments? Sure. Maybe this dwarven smith who can make exceptional weapons? Yeah. This game really lets your imagination run wild and can be very immersive and rewarding, if you ignore the metas and exploits. And oh boy, trust me, tutorials, tip videos, guide videos are going to tempt you a lot to just break the game and take away the fun of discovery, so tread carefully. It really is all about writing your name in this world through battle or ingenuity and passing on a legacy to the ones that follow you. One of the more rewarding aspects is when you get to win that battle, the one against the odds, when your command and the grit of your troops overcome the might of a terrible army and emerge victorious. It is still one of the more satisfying aspects to this day. So if you're into RPGs, expansive worlds, and writing your own story, this is the game for you. Or at least the base of the game you want. And here we get to the point of all this. Just like in their previous titles, Tale Worlds gives us a skeleton of what the game should be. The rest you fill with mods. Opinions diverge on what mods you should always have to play the sandbox mode. That really is the only one most of us play anyway. If you do decide to invest in this game, there are 4 mods that really fill in the blanks of what I believe they wanted the world to be and really take the base game to a whole new level. Improved Garrisons mod reworks the recruitment system of the game, garrisons, and allows the cities and the castles of the world to have patrols, keeping the peace in the land and hunting down bandits. Caravan Trade XP mod allows the player to receive trade XP not only by trading himself, but also by owning and operating other caravans with companions in them. The Diplomacy mod adds a slew of options in clan management, interactions with the world, kingdom management decisions, and really breathes life into the game by giving the player more responsibilities and ways to go about the world. Make alliances, foster friendships, and rule your kingdom with many new and interesting options at your disposal. Lastly, there is the Today We Feast mod that brings back feasts and allows the player and other lords to have these feasts, celebrating recent achievements and developing relationships with other lords. With these 4 mods, the world of Calradia will feel much more active, interesting, and mature than the base game alone. There are others out there, many others, and if you do get this game, I guarantee you will search for them to add or completely change up your game. If it all goes well for the modding community, just like in previous titles, they will pick up the slack and take this game to incredible heights. Mods to completely change the game and take it into universes such as medieval Europe, ancient Rome, Game of Thrones, even Star Wars, and much, much more. This was the secret recipe to Tailworld's success in the past. Make a decent game that people can mod into the stratosphere and then make it great. 1,000 games into one. A recipe still very much intrinsic to Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Should you buy this game if you are not going to bother with mods and just want a few dozen hours of playtime in a different RPG style game, wait for a good promotion and then yeah, sure, why not? Should you get this game for the future of it being like those multi-board game sets that had like 50 games in one box for the price of one, definitely. Soon, when the real total conversion mods get finished and start coming out, the popularity of this game will explode. The possibilities will be nearly endless. This is the game I'm excited about, when the modding community fix the base game and take it to the next level. If you're like me and can't wait to ride side by side with Gandalf, Julius Caesar, or the King in the North, then you are in for a treat, if Tailworlds don't fuck up modding support in the meantime. If you have an opinion or a mod you want to share, do so in the comments below. Just please be respectful. Leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.